What's good, everybody? This is the one and only GM, and today I want to talk about what's the difference between being a professional pro player and being a content creator. Since I've done both, I started my career as a professional player and then I ended it as a content creator. So I'm going to tell you guys the difference between the two. When you're a professional player, you're mostly going to tournaments. The reason to go to tournaments is to, get fame in the community so people can know who you are, know how good you are. You can make a name for yourself. And also, the pots for the tournament, because if you win the tournaments, you get trophies and money and all kinds of stuff for winning. So that's why you go to tournaments, so people can know who you are. The thing with tournaments is that one, it gets real tiring because there's a lot of traveling. Two, you gotta constantly practice to stay ready for tournaments. And three, the most important issue and problem is money. You need a lot of money to travel. Hotels, flights, and entry fees are pretty expensive. What I used to do, I used to travel by bus. Buses, Chinatown buses, were really cheap. Greyhound buses, $60 round trip, $70 round trip. So that's what I used to do to go to tournaments. And then I used to have friends in these states, and I used to get housing. That was the best way. But bus trips are rough, obviously, because they get 18 hours, 19 hours. It's not like a plane that's 2 or 3 hours. So, it was being a pro is really rough. Another thing is that eventually as a pro, you might get sponsored or want a sponsor. The reason to get a sponsor is so you can build your brand more and you can have a team representing you. Plus, you get to go to all these tournaments and get paid to compete at these tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Some sponsors give you salary. Some sponsors just pay for travel and exposure. The sponsors I've had before for other Tekken games was only travel. I never got a salary off of competing. So all the sponsors I've ever had was just to travel. Some sponsors are a little bit more stiffer, and what I mean by that is they'll just give you a shirt and they'll pay for your entry fee. But for you to get to the tournament and the hotel, that's all on you. So some sponsors are not very good. So always pick the best sponsor that's best for you. So yeah, that's the thing with competing. Another thing with competing too is that you need to make the right friends with the right people. Anytime I've ever got sponsored by an esports team is because I was recommended by somebody very important. Results are cool, but if you don't know the right people, you're not gonna get anything out of it. So also with competing, it became an ongoing cycle for me. Tournament this week, tournament next week, kept doing that for years and years and years and years. And I noticed my money was never stable. And the reason why is because I kept using my money to go to the next tournament, then using my money to the next tournament without any kind of help. So after a while, I'm like, bro, what's the point of this if I'm just winning the money and then spending it to go to the next tournament, and there's a rinse and repeat cycle. So after a while, I said, damn, I should probably step back into this. A lot of friends were telling me, go into content, make videos. You can make a lot more money than just being a pro player pressing buttons. Being a pro player pressing buttons is just good for people to know who you are. And people know who you are now, so you should start screaming. So that's what everybody told me, right? And I was like, interesting. So I became a content creator. Started streaming. Because when I was a pro, I was pretty much always broke and always looking for sponsors. Reason why I was always looking for sponsors is because the pots were too low. And even when I did win a big pot, I had to use it to go to the next tournament. And it was a rinse and repeat cycle. So that's why I was actively always looking for sponsors. But content creation, let's talk about the pros and cons of content creation. Pros and cons. Content creation is very, very hard. Competing is hard because the hardest part about competing is the travel and being able to perform well and not worry about what people think about you or if you're doing bad and stuff like that. That's the most important thing. That's the hardest thing about competing is the travel and also spending all that money just to go to these events to compete. That's the hardest part about competing. Content to me is a lot harder. The reason why, you have to stream every day, you have to entertain people every day, you have to make good ideas every day, you have to be super consistent, just like a pro. That for to get known or to get sponsored, for people to like you have to be consistent with your results. Well, in streaming and content, you have to be consistent 24/7. Stream every day, make videos every day, and you literally have to go ham every single day with new ideas consistently. Me, it took me a couple of years to get partner, faster than the average person, but the reason why was because I had a tournament background and a lot of people knew me from tournaments, so that definitely helped. And then also me being friends with like Majin and stuff and other people who recommended me, that also helped. And also because I'm a kind of controversial type figure, I did get into some stuff during the Tekken 7 era, and all types of YouTubes covered it, the button check and all of that, and that helped me too. So a lot of stuff helped me, and I was able to get partner on Twitch, and now I'm close to 12K followers and partner. And on YouTube, what I'm making this video for, we're close to 7K subscribers already, really fast. And I just been actively grinding. So that's the thing, it's always a grind, always think about new ideas. And streaming is hard because you always got to talk to people, and then sometimes you're gonna have to deal with trolls or people that harass you or people that don't like what you're doing and try to bring you down. There's a lot of people that do that when you make content. It's either the YouTube comments or in the Twitch chat. It's just haters come and go. You know what I'm saying? Even though when you compete, of course there's haters, and of course there's people that don't like you because you're succeeding. But people don't like anybody that succeeds. So that's the difference. In content, you're going to make a lot more money than being a pro. The only way you can make way more money as a pro is if you have a sponsor or somebody helping you go to all these tournaments, and you just happen to do well at these tournaments, so you get paid every time and you're not going out of pocket. If you go out of pocket, even though you win, you basically just winning the money back that you won, used to go over there in the tournament. So there's no good income in that, unless you go back home and start streaming like crazy and making content after everything you do, which honestly, at least for Tekken, nobody's really doing that. People are just competing, and they might have a salary from their sponsor and that's it, but nobody's really going to tournaments, making content, coming back, going to make their money back. Nobody's really doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you could do that, but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to do that. So, because I've won a lot of major tournaments, a lot of big tournaments, and I'll tell you, I've made triple the amount of money from just making content that I did going and winning the tournaments. Triple the money. I'm telling you, triple the money. So that's the difference with content. And the thing with competing too, you will get more friends and more people on Twitter. Like, you're the man, you're cool. And you'll get to hang out with more people in person and stuff like that. But that has an equivalent dinero. You know what I'm saying? That's just, hey man, you the man, I love you, this and that. It doesn't mean they're gonna come to your stream and sub or watch your YouTube and stuff like that. I learned that the hard way. I've met a lot of people in my journey, a lot of people that loved me when I was competing, a lot of people who don't like me now that I'm not competing, because people just tend to get upset if you do content and you don't support tournaments no more. They just don't like it. They get upset like that. Like, oh, he's not going to tournaments, but he's still making money. I hate that. People don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel in general, content has blessed me way more than competing. Competing blessed me to get everybody to know who I am and stuff like that, and it made me learn what's best for me. So my journey was different than everybody else's. A lot of people, some people start off as content first, then they start competing. I started competing for like 10 years and then went into content as an OG. So for me, this journey is a bit different, and this journey has been really, really hard for me. I've been through a lot. I've seen everything, you know what I'm saying? I experienced everything to go out there and prove that I was the best. You know what I'm saying? I used to take bus trips, like I said, because I had no money. I used to eat low because I ain't really have no food. And all I did this because I love Tekken, I love competing. But content definitely changed my life, for sure. And I would recommend anybody that wants to take fighting games a bit more seriously, or want to make something out of fighting games, or just video games in general, I would just recommend every single person to get into content. And if you feel that your content is good enough, you could go out there and compete if you want to prove something, if you want to get a sponsor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the difference between being a pro and a content creator. Content creator, you can take care of yourself. You don't need to worry about nobody helping you or sending you to tournaments, because you'll be making enough bread. If you're doing well, you'll be making enough bread that you could go to tournaments yourself without relying on a sponsor and everything. And also, you're your own brand, so you don't work for anybody. You're you, and you make the type of stuff you want to make without having to worry about anything. So that's just my cup of tea from being an ex-pro to content creator. As a content creator, I'm a lot more happier, and I could do a lot more stuff in my life now. When I was a pro, there wasn't much I could do besides go and compete, and that's about it. And just hope somebody recognizes me, or just hope some team be like, hey, he's good, we want him. It was a rough life, I'm telling you guys. But I just wanted to make this video to tell you the difference in my life between winning, being a content creator, and also being a streamer. You feel me? Like you can see right here. See that? That's all my Tekken trophies. You see that? That's all from tournaments. So, you know, I have a lot to be grateful for. You feel me? I have a lot to be grateful for. All these tournaments that I won. You know what I'm saying? All these tournaments. I am very grateful for that. And, you know, I'm grateful for everything that Tekken has brought me, because Tekken has definitely done a lot. If it wasn't for Tekken, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now for you guys, or just do it in general. So I hope you guys appreciate this video. I hope you guys like this video, and let me know if y'all want more vlog type videos like this where we could talk about different things and different subjects. So thank you everybody for watching, and please continue to support me so I can keep giving y'all grade A content, you heard? So on that note, peace out and take care, and see y'all in the next video. Peace out.